Greetings, my name is Tom, and today we're going to make a most exciting flight from Klamath Falls to Crater Lake. The Pacific Northwest is beautiful, and this Crater Lake is no exception. It's an old volcanic crater that filled with water, and it is extremely deep. So let's go.
Here we go. We're going to give her some gas, and we're here in South Central Oregon. A little bit of right rudder. Let's try to get out towards this wider part of the lake. We got to get above 60 knots. And we should be a go here. Alrighty. And there we are. Alright, flaps back to zero. We're going to cut the throttle and the propeller pitch back a little bit. So Klamath Lake here is about 25 miles long. So we're going to head over the end of the lake here and over Klamath Falls, which probably won't appear very dramatic in this video. Sometimes the simulator really doesn't do justice to the scenery that actually exists, but you know, it's new technology. So at the southern end of the lake here, we have the Link River, which is a very narrow little river that drains out of this upper lake, but it eventually forms the Klamath River. So this is Klamath Falls over here. But anyways, these are the falls, and they certainly don't look very dramatic here. I think what we're going to do now is just kind of take a wide turn and climb at the same time out of the area and over Klamath Falls. And we're going to head off to the north. That is our destination today, to land on Crater Lake. The island we just flew over is called Buck Island. Looks like there's some agriculture here. We're going to get back up over the lake. We're going to shoot for about 8,000 feet. I would say large, shallow lake. It is not deep. It's about 25 miles long, and the average elevation is about 4,140 feet. So now we're going to turn on a more northerly route directly over the lake, heading towards Crater Lake. Okay, airspeed's around 127. All that looks pretty good. Look at that, vertical speed is almost at zero. What that means is we're a nice straight level flight. And I think that the lake is about 10 minutes out. Now you can see some snow-capped mountains directly ahead. We'll learn a little about those as we get closer. Must have a little turbulence there. Cascade Mountains over there to our west. I was actually at Crater Lake back around 2008. I was on a motorcycle ride from Arizona to Alaska and into northern Canada in the Arctic, and it was very cold and very windy. It was probably in June. And sure enough, it's all out of whack again, and now we're up into a climb. This aircraft is very difficult to trim, that's all I'm going to say. Microsoft is listening. Why don't you work on that a little bit? Maybe that's just the nature of the beast, though. It is an old airplane. I'm not a real pilot. I have no clue. Okay, but look at our airspeed now is 110. I'm going to pitch the nose down just a little bit. We're up over 8,500 feet, which is a decent altitude. We could stabilize right around here for the rest of the flight, and I think we'd be just fine. In fact, the Crater Lake is now showing up on the actual compass indicator on the left. You can see where it shows our heading. Klamath Lake behind us, and Crater Lake right there. And look, there's our airspeed hovering around 125, almost 130. And our vertical speed coming up on 0. So the sweet spot seems to be about 125, 130 knots. What we've got here on our right is Mount Scott. And on the left, we're going to call that Union Peak. So why don't we use Mount Scott as our target there, and we're going to fly up and over that and then fly down along its western slope. So I'm going to kick the throttle up a little bit and head in that direction. And sure enough, you can see the water there. So we're at 8,500 feet. I'm going to give her some juice here and climb up, try to get over that peak. Now you watch our airspeed. Airspeed is dropping as our vertical speed increases. That's because we're climbing. I'm going to climb directly over that peak and then bank down over its western slope. I'm going to throttle back as we appear to be high enough. And there we are, directly over Mount Scott. It's above the tree line there, kind of barren. And there is Crater Lake. Now Crater Lake, I believe, is only accessible by hiking. As far as I know, there isn't a boat ramp or any way to get boats down there. I think there may be some boats there that gives tours. The water is really clear. So now we're going to buzz around the lake a little bit here. This island straight ahead is called Wizard Island, and it's actually part of the old caldera, or the volcanic cone. So Crater Lake is at 6,178 feet. Wizard Island. And you can tell the shape of it is truly a cone shape. So we're going to do a little banking turn over it. We're going to watch our airspeed and our engine gauges. Crater Lake is almost 2,000 feet deep. It's the second deepest lake in North America, and it is the 11th deepest lake in the world. The Great Slave Lake in Canada is deeper. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the throttle back. Once our airspeed gets below 100, we're going to give her some flaps. Cutting the throttle back. Oh, I hope I don't run out of lake. And we're coming in. Ooh. Alrighty, well that wasn't bad. We're going to try to turn around towards that island and see if we can beach this aircraft right on it. And there she is right there. We're going to land right over there. It looks like a little beach. And look at the water, it looks crystal clear there. And we're just gonna beach it right here, and we're gonna get out and check it out. All right, well, thanks for coming along. If there's anything you want to see, any areas of the country or the world you want to see, especially if it involves water, leave me a comment and I'll make it happen.